Alright guys, welcome back. This is day number 4 of my series to 2000 ELO on chess.com. And I just wanted to do a game review of this game I just played to get me to 1700 ELO. And I'm going to jump right into it. So I play pawn d4. Opponent responds with knight f6. I play knight c3. Opponent plays pawn e6. And then I play my typical Jabava setup, which is bishop f4, which is an inaccuracy. And it is an inaccuracy because if the opponent relinquishes control of the center, I should strike. And unfortunately, I did not do that immediately. And another reason why it's an inaccuracy is because of the pin with bishop b4. And then that would result in me probably having to double my pawns. The knight can also jump in to e4, and it's already looking to be pretty bad for me. But opponent did not play that. My opponent played pawn c6. Now I strike in the center, anticipating to play e5 on the next move. Opponent strikes with d5, and now I attack the knight. Knight retreats back, and let's say if the knight went in here, take, knight e2 to knight g3. You could put the queen on e2, just apply a lot of pressure to this pawn that's pretty much stuck in the middle of the board. And obviously the knight can't go to any of these squares because my queen will take it. So he has to retreat back, and I simply develop my knight to f3. Opponent strikes in the side of the center with pawn c5. And generally here, I like to just snap take it, even though it does give him a free tempo and development. I am terrified of the move pawn c4. Now, Engine evaluates it as me winning slightly, but it's just not a pleasant position to play because I would have to retreat the bishop back. And look, it's kind of dead compared to having scope of these squares. So I like to just take, and then I play bishop d3. Opponent castles here, which is a grave mistake because of the Greek gift. And when you have these three pieces lined up like this with a king that is castled here, good chances are you do have a Greek gift. So you sacrifice the bishop, and the opponent did not take. If he did take, this could be pretty bad, and it will result in checkmate. Opponent smart enough not to take it, and instead of me following through with the Greek gift and going knight g5 followed by queen h5, I simply move the bishop back, winning by 3.2 points. This is a great position for me. I didn't play it 100% with 100% accuracy, but we're still winning. So let's continue on. Opponent develops the knight, and I now develop the queen, which is given an inaccuracy. And I honestly have no idea why. I tried to look at the position for a bit. I couldn't find a reason why moving the queen here was an inaccuracy or a mistake, but it's barely a mistake because we're still winning by nearly 2 points. Opponent attacks the center. Attacks my center e5 pawn. I take. He recaptures with the knight, and then now I castle. Opponent comes in, targeting the f2 pawn, and all I have to do is simply move the bishop back. Opponent slides in to b4, and I simply just want to kick one of the knights out. So I attempt to kick this one out, and here I have to recapture like this, because if I happen to capture like that, we might get a position like this, which is not great. So capturing with the pawn is the best move here, making sure that I control this pawn. Now the knight has to move back due to me attacking it with the pawn, and I move my knight into e5, trying to go to g6 for a fork. Opponent notices that and I close the center while adding more protection to the knight here, and my opponent pins my queen to the knight. And I find this really tricky move. Bishop h4, anticipating that if he takes, I would get a triple fork. And opponent obviously did not go for it. They decided to just capture the knight, which is a mistake. I capture with the pawn, and the reason I capture with the pawn and instead of the queen here is because, for one, my king and my queen are lined up. The opponent could easily get some counterplay with the rooks on the open file. So I keep my king semi-closed, and I want to have access to all these squares with the queen, because if I just went here, that eliminates a lot of my threats. So anyway, let's resume. Opponent comes here because he's attacked by the bishop. I attack the queen again. Opponent moves, attack the queen again. Only move in the position is h7 for the queen. And I move my pawn up, attacking the knight, which is an inaccuracy. Opponent moves the knight to f5. I simply bring back the bishop. And now my opponent, for some reason, blunders the bishop on d7. Now I don't take it immediately though. I notice that pawn g6 is a great move, attacking the queen. Queen comes down. I still don't take the bishop. I add another attacker with bishop f4. Opponent has to come all the way back down to h4, and now I take, threatening this. Now I'm going to go back, add some more checks in, and it's not looking good for my opponent. So my opponent counterattacks me here. I will have to slide it back. Opponent moves the rook over, and I fork the pieces, because next, no matter where he goes, I'm going to go ahead and take the horse. And it actually is a lot worse, because if something like that did happen, then now I'm going to get another fork with the rook and the queen. So I'm absolutely crushing here with a 6.2 point advantage. And my opponent resigns in this position. So overall today I played with an 83% accuracy with a 2050 rating for the game. Only one mistake, 0 misses, 0 blunders, and obviously the one brilliant move. So we're at 1700 ELO now. That's super exciting. One step closer to 2000. And I hope you guys enjoy this game review for the day. Take care.